Today I'm going to be exploring 2,850 years of hidden history in a 3-mile walk. So join me and we'll have a great time. Looking at it, the view to get down is a bit hairy, so I won't be filming that. More of an impression of it here too, stretching out there. So it's got a nice backside, original brickwork up inside. So amazing, absolutely amazing. In the distance, through this gorse here, trying not to get prickled. Well, I didn't, blimey. And we're going on down to there, which is St. Peter's Pump. That's the top there, with its lovely carved ornate figures. And here's the bottom. And the bottom was once totally open. And I'll put on an image of the way that it once looked and doesn't anymore. But this is an intriguing thing altogether. And I'll go into why in just a moment. And you can see some of the original brickwork up inside that supported it when it was a hollow. Or went all the way through, I should say. So in 1474, this was in Bristol, and it was the main point of water supply in Bristol at St. Peter's Church. And St. Peter's Church still exists, although it's a bombed out remnant of what it once was. It was destroyed in the Bristol Blitz. But this came here a lot earlier than that, by an Act of Parliament. So this came here in around 1768 and was constructed over the source of the River Stour. So this is one of the source springs, the first source springs of the River Stour. And this was put here by Henry Hoare. And Henry had a lot to do with the estate. He was a super rich banker, and he was sort of like the rich entrepreneurs that we have today of his day. He was literally almost made of money. So I can't go without saying a bit about the Bristol Blitz. There was 1,540 tonnes of high explosive dropped on Bristol, which gutted St. Peter's Church. So it's probably a good job, when you look at it, that this actually came here. But it's a wonderful thing, and the view down this valley is amazing, and this is just all a part of that view now. And the reason that there's water not flowing here today is that the height of the water table has changed because our population's got much more and we all take so much water. Simple as that, really. And this is the view of Somt.Wilts Bottom from here by St. Peter's Pump. I just see the corner of it there. I normally throw caution to the wind. I ask myself, should I climb it? Should I not? The answer is I'll probably be too old and too infirm to do it soon. So the answer is, let's give it a go. You can see that I'm starting to climb up there, and it's quite a stiff climb. It's a rubbly thing, but I just felt I had to do it. And on the way up it was probably a little bit hairy, but I just had to get on the top and see what it was like. So pulling my way up there was great fun and a great experience that I'm pleased I've done. It wasn't damaging anything. I wasn't doing anything wrong by doing it, just risking my own safety. I wouldn't advise anybody else to do it,
But I had a fantastic time just getting up there, because I thought if I didn't do it now, I would never do it. I probably wouldn't be fit enough later. So there I am, and I've done it.
Well, I've actually thrown caution to the wind and got up here, and the view's lovely. And it's riddled with old graffiti up here, going back some time ago. And over here, a lovely couple offered to hold the camera for me. So this is it inside, and the view from the top. I'm going to move on to the next thing now, which is a Iron Age hill fort. So that's the next one on the list in our ticking off this time in history exploration. Looking at it, the view to get down is a bit hairy, so I won't be filming that. Well, that was a proper Indiana Jones moment, wasn't it? I never thought I'd do that, but now at least I've ticked one off on my list, and I totally enjoyed doing that. Let's carry on to the hill fort, I think. And you can see the ramparts here, and they go all the way around. The unusual thing about it too is that it didn't have a east and a west gate. The main gate was to the north, and the second one was to the west. So you had a sunset gate, if you like, but not a sunrise gate. So that might knock some theories into touch about hill forts. Who knows? Here you can see the ramparts going around that way. There's an outer one and an inner one, and the same looking along this way here. I have done a video on this camp in the past, so you can look that up if you want more information about it. But this has a very unusual fact about it, which I shall give you in just a moment. And the track goes all the way through the middle here. This wasn't the original track. And we come down in here, and you get a bit more of an impression of it here too, stretching out there. So stood in the middle of the hill fort here, the unusual facts about this are that it was owned by antiquarian Richard Colt Hoare, yet he never excavated this. Probably ran out of time, who knows. And that it has never been excavated, so it probably holds a wealth of fantastic archaeology. In addition to that, it was believed to be a very significant hill fort strategically, and all the trees that you see surrounding it at one time weren't there, and it was actually part of the original garden features of Stour Head at one stage. So amazing, absolutely amazing. And there is also an information board that tells you all about it, and it says Park Hill Camp, it's a mystery. Might not be to some of us, but they believe it to be a mysterious position for a hill fort, and it's quite an interesting read, this. So I'm going to be leaving Park Hill Camp now, and then head on my way to the next historical wonder on my walk. Some people might think it a bit weird to come out and investigate these places, but I just find it great fun. And I welcome all my new subscribers and my original subscribers. You are a great bunch of people, without a doubt. So I'm going to be leaving Park Hill Camp now, and then head on my way to the next historical wonder on my walk. Well, I always look in molehills when I'm in these areas, as you all may know, my subscribers and things. And I've had a look in this one, and there's no archaeological artefacts in there I can see. But obviously I always do that because moles dig up the earth. And leaving Park Hill Camp, the next thing that we're going to look at is Alfred's Tower. A lot of people go, oh, I know everything about Alfred's Tower. You'd be surprised. Come on. And then just as I get round the path here, we can see in the distance there, Alfred's Tower. Here, across the road from the car park, there used to be a lodge house each side until the 1960s, when it had become so badly vandalised that they demolished it. To think that this was constructed with no scaffolding at all, and there were no recorded fatalities or accidents either. And on this plaque it says, commemorating the Battle of Eddington or Ettington in AD 879. Incorrect. Actually, it was AD 878. So that's a mistake this tower has lived with for all of those years. And then we've got an effigy of Alfred the Great above it. This is the best view of the tower, the backside. So as towers go, it's got a nice backside. And the turret that you can see on the top there was a rebuilt structure that was placed on there in 1986, as in 1940 a plane crashed into the tower, causing it structural damage, which was repaired and removed the turret. That was replaced in 1986 by the use of a Westland helicopter. Amazing view though, so if you're taking photographs, remember the backside's the best side, and you'll be in Somerset. So from here now, we're going to go and have a look at the plague-stone, because might as well while we're here. I know I've done lots of videos on it before, and all my friends go, not the plague-stone again, James. But it's an incredible thing to see and put it in relation to the tower. And then I think we'll end off at that point, but a great thing. So from the front right-hand side of the tower, the column there, you literally just take this path here onto the road. And this is called King's Settle Hill, and literally we're going feet on the road down here, and you see this worn path here. We take this worn path here, and we're nearly there at any moment. And here is the wonderful plague stone. I have got a video that I tell you all about the plague stone. Bit interesting, people dying from the plague would fill this with vinegar, put money in there, people would come and leave food by the side and take the money. Amazing. So I think that completes our 2,850-year walk in history. Thank you very much for joining me on this adventure, and until the next time, goodbye.